I was driving along an old country road and I sort of blacked out for a minute, got woken up from the vibrations of the steering wheel hitting the side of the road and woke up and went, shit. Where I hit the van with the tree, it was actually on the front corner, which caused an impact on my leg basically. At the time, the injuries weren't too extensive. So I had a shattered femur, but it was still intact at the time. It must have been about a week or two in hospital. I started to notice my foot was losing feeling. Once we sort of worked out what was happening, it was sort of too late. So they basically said to me, you can keep your leg and it might not be able to move. You'll be in a wheelchair, crutches, whatever it is, or we can cut it off and give you a chance of being an amputee. That's where the story starts, I guess. I was working at the time of the accident, so we started the process with the claim. Then we got a phone call from icare saying this is going to be your case manager.
I supported Toby with treatment that he requires because of his work injury. He was successful in returning to his job with pre-injury duties, and the biggest factor in being able to support him was actually being able to provide him with a custom sports wheelchair, which has helped him return to an active lifestyle and re-engage in his passion for sport.
Getting back into sport post-injury, it didn't happen overnight, but I took the opportunity, went down, and as soon as I got into a chair, I went, this is cool. I can actually do something again.
I think it's a sense of belonging, and also being able to share your feelings and your disability with someone who completely understands where you're coming from is also a benefit for the sport.
When I started playing wheelchair rugby league, I got interviewed by a local news channel and they said, where do you plan on being in X amount of time? And I said, if I can play one game for New South Wales in 5 years, that'd be an absolute goal ticked. And to make that within like a couple months later was just so surreal.
Sean Harry, so Arbuckle. That's a great tag from Popple just then.
Playing sport just gives you a sense of belonging to me, and having people around you and a purpose to do things. But without my accident, I wouldn't be where I am today. And a lot of the times it's easy to sit there and say, oh, poor me, I've lost my leg, and feel sorry for yourself. But without that, I wouldn't have opportunities like I have.
Working with Toby is fantastic. It has been an honour getting to know him and be a part of his journey. It is a credit to him and his own strength to be able to overcome such a significant injury and find ways to reconnect in what he's passionate about.
To be able to have goals and then smash them out of the park is a really cool experience, and one I wasn't really familiar with, to be honest. So being able to say I exceeded my own expectations was quite rewarding for myself. To me, losing a leg was such a major part of the transition in that, and I was just so scared to face it, I guess. But knowing that I had my family, fiance, and a lot of close mates behind me just made it a lot easier just to be able to move forward and keep going through.
I think it's important to have services like EML Group and icare to ensure that the best standard of care is applied in the workers' compensation system and that we are supporting people get their lives back.